Hi, this is David Ricklin from selfgrowth.com. Today I want to talk to you about dating, specifically deadly dating patterns. I recently had the opportunity to get some great insights from Dr. Diana Kirshner, the author of Love in 90 Days, The Essential Guide to Finding Your Own True Love. Dr. Diana has been featured on PBS and The Today Show, CBS, NPR, and of course selfgrowth.com. A new paperback version of the book has just come out and includes a brand new section called Dating Games Men Play. In the new section, Diana analyzes 16 deadly dating patterns, the self-sabotaging dating behaviors men have that keep them from having lasting love relationships. Each pattern contains a description, a real-world example, the top warning signs, and the degree of difficulty for breaking that pattern. Her goal with this is to teach women how to tell when it's time to stay or when it's time to work it out in terms of relationship. You need to figure out whether you should stay or cut your losses and go. In other words, date them or dump them. Let's go through a few examples, starting with the easiest patterns to break. It's interesting to see how many patterns you recognize. So let's jump right in. Our first deadly dating pattern is the shy guy. This type of guy might be crazy about you, but his low self-esteem keeps him from making a move. He's terrified that he'll say the wrong thing, that he's going to be a poor kisser, or worse, a poor lover. You'll know if you're dating someone with this dating pattern if the guy asks you out, but never does so much as take your hand or even try to kiss you. Plus, you have to do all the talking. To overcome this, Diana recommends you make the first move. You have nothing to lose, and you might get him comfortable enough to come out of his shell. Another dating pattern that's somewhat more difficult to modify is called the Peter Pan. In a nutshell, this is a guy who's afraid of growing up, afraid of being a man and taking on the responsibilities of a relationship, children, and family life. Even if he is successful and doing well financially as an adult, the Peter Pan is overly boyish in his leisure activities and frequently to the detriment of the relationship. He may be a video game addict or be glued to his game console all the time, or he may be spending countless hours watching or playing sports. Warning signs of this type include if he has to consult with family members every time he makes a decision more important than what socks to wear, or even if he comes right out and says that marriage and family life would be too much of a burden for him. Unless he's actively working on his maturity issues and you have extreme patience, Diana suggests moving on. Finally, one of the most difficult to deal with dating patterns described in the book is the not perfect I'll pass. When I first read this pattern, it reminded me of Jerry and George from Seinfeld. And this type of guy is super critical and judgmental and looking for your fatal flaws. The not perfect I'll pass guy always finds fault with every woman he dates. Her nose is too big, she's not a size 2, she's too needy. So he's quick to jump in and out of your life. This is a nitpicky, hypercritical guy who's looking for the perfect woman. Chances are he's never been in a long-term relationship or marriage because no one is good enough. To tell if your guy fits this pattern, Diana suggests just listening to his description of an ex. If he's extremely picky, you'll know. Now, these are just a few of the examples from the book, and reading it from a male perspective, the analysis of each type is really spot on. A few names and faces kind of jumped out at me, jumped in my mind as I was reading the first few sentences. It was amazing. I have to thank Dr. Diana for this great information, and I'm sure it's going to provide great insight to all women, even if you've been in a committed relationship for years. Diana has also agreed to post a short excerpt on selfgrowth.com. To learn more about the book and to see Diana's appearances, please check the links to the right. I'm looking forward to seeing you on selfgrowth.com.